Okay, good morning dear students and magandang Jensan.
Wow, Jensen!
I am happy today because we have with us our invited teachers to be part of this meaningful activity, the class debate. But before anything else, I would like to request everybody to please stand for the invocation. Please be seated. Today, we are going to witness a class debate of senior high school students in mathematics. Now, we know for a fact that in senior high school, we have two mathematics, general mathematics and statistics and probability. Now, be it resolved by this motion that general mathematics is more applicable than statistics and probability to senior high school students. May I now request the moderator, Buhari Abusama.
Okay, before proceeding with the debate proper, let me first introduce to us our judges. So our first judge is a former Grade 11 Youth Advisor and our SPM Coordinator. Help me welcome Ma'am Jean L. Salanayan. While our next judge is the GAD Coordinator and the Values Department Head. Everyone, let's clap our hands to Ma'am Aurora O. Napoles. And our third batch is the Senior High School Teacher and the Grade 11 Youth A Advisor. Everyone, let's welcome Ma'am Ami F. Tenorio. On their side is our timekeeper, Leo Ver. Now allow me to present the proposition and opposition side. Our first speaker for the proposition side is Ms. Shaira Talisik. Followed, please stand for you to be recognized. Again, first is Shaira Talisik. Next is Michael Siboa, Anthony Atilano, Jocelyn Luza, Ferberlin Manubag, and Christine Fabiola. While on the opposing side, the first speaker is Malantok Vanessa, Berin Leia, Torion Rhea May, Similio Roel, Simpal Mohalikin, and Pagid Jessa May. You may now take your seat. I know everyone is now excited to witness this exciting clash between these two opposing sides. But before that, let me first read the rules and criteria for this debate. The first speaker of the proposition will introduce their side and to be followed by the first speaker of the opposition side. The third, fourth, and fifth speaker of each side will give their rebuttals to defend their stand. Each speaker will be given 3-minute time to elaborate and discuss their points. The timekeeper will ring the bell once when 1 minute is left and twice when the speaker had consumed his or her allotted time. During the speech, some questions will be thrown. The questions will only be recognized if the speaker accepts it. The last speaker, also known as the whip, will summarize all their points and strengthen their stand. And now, allow me to present our criteria for this debate. For the class debate, the first criteria is deliberation with 30%, interpolation 30%, confidence 25%, and professionalism and etiquette 50%, a total of 100%. And for the best speaker, we have conversational skill with 30%, voice projection 20%, art and question or skills in answering the question 40%, and voice, gesture, and eye contact 10%, a total of 100%. So, I guess everyone is now ready. May I request the first speaker of the proposition side to introduce to us their stand.
Good morning, everyone. I am the first speaker of the proposition side. And we believe that general mathematics is more applicable than statistics and probability for senior high school students. General mathematics focus on the use of mathematics to solve problems in the context that involve financial modeling, geometric, trigonometric, graphical, and network analysis. The computation within the flow of money in market, stocks, bonds, investments, loans, savings, and demands help the knowledge in various calculations about financial management in our everyday lives. Students are able to differentiate and appreciate richly developed theories and techniques and apply them towards solving concrete problems in the real world. Applicable in quantifying a problem, draw logical and quantitative conclusions from the focused descriptions. General mathematics is a logical choice. Students apply mathematical tools to focus on the key aspect in quantifying a problem and to draw logical conclusions from focused descriptions. General mathematics develops integral skills and knowledge. Students will have fine ability to generalize and understand market-related data, statistical data, computing interest, maturity value, future value, present value, and financial entities. Students who study general mathematics are analytics in reasoning and has creative thinking skills, and that can be an advantage when they are employed. And to remind you, general mathematics is already developed years ago by our famous mathematicians. General mathematics is useful to every second, minute, hour, day, and year of our lives. Thank you.
Well, now let me call the leader of the opposition side, Vanessa Balantong, to give her stand.
So, good morning, everyone. Be it resolved that general mathematics is more applicable than statistics and probability. We strongly disagree because we believe that statistics and probability is more applicable than general mathematics. Every basic thing we use in life consists of history. That means statistics. Taking into account the past and the future and keeping record of what has been done. Without statistics and probability, we won't know what worked and what didn't. It helps us to find balance and structure. Statistics are sets of mathematical equations that are used to analyze what is happening in the world around us. You've heard that we live in the information age, right? Where we understand a great deal about the world around us. Much of this information was determined mathematically by using statistics and probability. When used correctly, statistics and probability tell us any trends in what happened in the past and can be useful in predicting what may happen in the future. It is mathematical science pertaining to the collection, analysis, interpretation or explanation, and presentation of data, also with prediction and forecasting based on data. It provides ways to get the data needed for study without waste, such as surveys and controlled experiments. Statistics from a key basis tool in business and manufacturing control processes for summarizing data and to make data-driven decisions. In the simplest way, Statistics and probability means it's all about collection, analysis, interpretation or explanation, presentation of data, prediction, and forecasting. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Now may I call the second speaker of the proposition side to give some information about their stand.
General mathematics. As what our leader said, general mathematics is the study of logarithmic, geometric, and trigonometric. Just like what you said a while ago, it is only mathematics that cannot be taken alone. Mathematics is a science that deals with the logic of quantity, shapes, nor arrangement. The best description for general mathematics is not be fooled all of us cannot be fooled on all the things, materials that we buy, because general mathematics is not only about the patterns or the equations that we learn here, but also in what we buy every day in our life. As a senior high student, we say that when we were in junior high, we already studied some parts of the general mathematics which we are using. As what I have said, it is the logarithmic geometry. But all of this is just that we are focusing on what we want to be. This is a study, or this is a subject that needs to be built every day, because of this subject we can see what will be the future without this subject. And that's all.
Okay, thank you. The second speaker of the opposition side will also give their stand.
Good morning, everyone. I am in the group who was opposing that general mathematics is more applicable than statistics and probability to senior high school students. Why? Statistics plays a vital role in every field of human activity. Statistics has important role in determining the existing position of per capita income, PGR, or shall we say, population growth rate, housing, schooling, medical facilities, and etc. in a country. Now, statistics holds a central position in almost every field like industry, commerce, trade, physics, chemistry, economics, mathematics, biology, botany, and astronomy. See? So, application of statistics is very, very wide that can surely help our society, especially the students. Yes, general mathematics is more on business and entrepreneurship. That can possibly help entrepreneurs. But did you know that statistics has also business? How can the statistics plays an important role in business? Statistics helps businessman to plan production according to the taste of the customers. The quality of the product can also be checked more efficiently by using statistical methods. Not only in business that statistics has important roles, also in banking, state management, accounting, and natural social science. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Now may I request the presence of the third speaker on the proposition side to give some rebuttals.
We strongly believe that general mathematics is more important and more applicable than statistics and probability. Why? Because as a senior student, it is more applicable because we are studying here because it helps us prepare for our tertiary life. And then, especially when we are going to apply as an accountant, a teacher, or even in small businesses like sari-sari store, general mathematics can be applied. Gen Math
General mathematics is a logical choice. It develops students' ability to work with numbers, shapes, figures, and to reason in logical manners. General mathematics is more applicable because without general mathematics, there will be no statisticians. And you can apply statistics and probability without the help of general mathematics. As one of our teachers here in Panisal National High School said, you can proceed to statistics and probability without general mathematics. As I read about the book of William Collins, he says there that general mathematics is needed by the high school students to recalibrate the knowledge that they have for mathematics, and it can be the way that the students can love mathematics. General mathematics is more applicable than statistics and probability. Why? Because because geometry is in line with general mathematics. Geometry means that it is the track of space and its relation. For example, you are going to build a house, and then you have to apply the geometry in order for you to measure every angle of your house. Geometry also measures the surfaces, the measurement of points and lines. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And now the third speaker of the opposition side will also give their rebuttals.
So, good morning everyone. Be it resolved that general mathematics is more applicable than statistics and probability. I am in the side of opposition. Statistics is a study of numerical information which is called data. People use statistics as tools to understand information. Learning to understand statistics helps a person react intelligently to statistics. Statistics are used in the astronomy and the natural and social sciences, like businesses. Businesses use statistics to find customer preferences, check the quality of products, market products, estimate costs, and make decisions. Statistics help make mathematical theories more accurate. Economists use statistics to find the relationship between supply and demand, the relationship between imports and exports, the inflation rate, the per capita income, and the national income rate. Accountants use statistics to see how well a company is doing, discover trends, and create projections for the next year. Bankers use statistics to estimate the number of people depositing money versus the number requesting loans. The government uses statistics federally and locally to make budgets, set the minimum wage, and discover the cost of living. Astronomers use statistics to estimate the distance between objects and space and the timing of interstellar events. People working in the natural and social sciences use statistics to form theories on what they're studying, whether it's estimating large populations, predicting the weather, or studying the human brain. If you don't mind, one important use of statistics is helping people to prevent certain diseases by knowing the risk. Actually, doctors and scientists use statistics to determine how likely it is for someone to develop diseases. For example, Filipinos have about a 40.2% risk of developing diabetes at some point in their lifetime. Scientists and doctors determine these statistics through medical research. Thank you.
I'm sorry, question will only be entertained during the speech of the speaker. Again, if you have some questions, you raise your hand during the speech of the speaker here, not at the end of his speech. Okay, now let us welcome the fourth speakers, the proposition side.
So, good morning everyone. I am the side of proposition that general mathematics is more applicable than statistics and probability. Now, before I start, let's start with studies. Did you know that in senior high school, general mathematics should teach first than statistics? Why? It's because general mathematics is just a variable of a general mathematics. Simply, I applied mathematics. You know what? When you were in college, general mathematics is a preparatory subject, then it really requires a study that subject in order you to proceed in fourth level in college. In the business world, general mathematics is more applicable. Can you produce a product that you didn't know the cost of every material that you use to produce a product? So, how can you say that statistics is more applicable in business world? Then, in cooking also we apply general mathematics. How can you bake a perfect pie when you didn't know the measurement of every single ingredients to make a pie? So if you didn't know, then your pie is not perfect. And also in grocery stores, how can you compute when the cost of the customer are buying in your store? So it shows that general mathematics is more applicable than statistics. And that's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Now the opposing sides. The fourth speaker of the opposing side will also give their rebuttal.
Good morning. We believe that statistics and probability is more applicable than general mathematics. Why? Statistics is mainly used for understanding anything under uncertainty, and usually it translates into making sense of data for uncertain processes. Statistics has theoretical results which deal specifically way to distinguish theoretical statistics from pure mathematics is that statistical concern largely and with dealing with function of random variables of samples of data to achieve statistical understanding by producing statistical. There are many cases where statistics and applied math coexist. And personally, I would consider statistics as applied mathematics. Anyway, only one thing you should be aware of is that is difference often in who you work for, given your focus applied people will tend to work in situations where their work is at advisory capacity to people with non-technical understanding and background, or at least in a limited way. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for speakers. Now let me call the next speaker of the proposition side to give their stand.
morning, everyone. I am in the proposition side. General mathematics is more applicable than statistics and probability. Well, it is said to be realistically the intellectual and emotional development of the students. It's also a determinant of mathematical objectives in general education. In that sense, you will find out the word individual adjustment. From the word adjustment, it is hard, right? All of you knows already that general mathematics gives the enjoyment and fun to our students. In the sense that they boost their emotional and intellectual skill, enable them to adjust change step by step. Because change is constant. Step by step in the sense that general mathematics could help them to be not stressed. Let me tell you this. You said earlier, doctors, right? Doctors refers to their dissertation, research, thesis. Well, in doing a research, thesis or dissertation, statistic is used to be. I'm not mistaken, right? So, but you even realize before you get the mean of your before you get a needed mean, so you have a population. So if you have a population, you need to count, okay? So practically say, counting is part of general, simply described of general mathematics. In the first place, you cannot perform statistics if you cannot perform general mathematics. I challenge you this. You can solve statistics without using general mathematics. Are you able to do it? It is struggling, right? You said earlier that statistics can predict future. But how can you predict future if you don't know the present? Well, general mathematics refers to the present. Statistics is just a variable of general mathematics, simply an applied mathematics. Statistics is not supposed to be an applied math without general mathematics. That's all. Thank you.
Before proceeding, I guess there's a question to be recognized. Miss Feb, are you going to recognize the question on the other side? Okay, you're recognized.
You may say that general mathematics help the students not to be stressed. Am I right? How can you say so? As what you said earlier. So, if you are a student and I am a teacher, I will tell you, you will solve statistics. You can do it without general mathematics, which is general mathematics is basically we learn in school, right? So statistics, you need to learn more about general mathematics before you answer statistics. I answered the question. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And now may I call the fifth speaker of the opposition side to give his stand.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are strongly disagree that general mathematics is more applicable than statistics and probability to senior high school students. Please allow me to prove to you all of you the statistic is powered strongly than general mathematics. Statistics is more useful than general mathematics. The one of the uses of general mathematics is emergency preparedness, political management, campaign. Back to emergency preparedness. What happens if the forecast indicate that hurricanes is imminent or that tornadoes are likely to occur? emergency management agency moved into the high gear to be ready to rescue people. Emergency teams vary on statistics, not general mathematics. So tell them when may occur. But that's not only uses of the statistics. In political also, on political campaigns, the important in the uses of statistics whenever there is election. The news organization consult their models when they try to predicate to the winner. Committee consult voter polls to determine where and how they campaign statistics.
Now may I call the last speaker of the proposition side to summarize all their points.
Again, good morning. For the summary of general mathematics, the proposition, we highly agree that general mathematics is more applicable than statistics and probability. Why? The use of mathematics is to solve the problems. The use of mathematics also is formulating the solvings and real-life problems involving the rational function. You said a while ago that statistics and probability are more applicable in terms of business aspect. Yes, you got it. But in statistics, but in general mathematics, it will be also. Like for instance, buying a sales egg, then each egg costs 7 pesos. So that then the buyer buys 100 pieces. So that the owner gives discount for the buyer. So by the power of general mathematics, we conclude that the discount of the 100 pieces of 7 pesos egg is 5.60. Yes, that is the power of general mathematics. Again, general mathematics is a heart of math. We students of senior high school, we cannot perform the statistics and probability without we cannot perform it without the performers. We cannot perform without performing a general mathematics first. So, one of the purposes in studying is for us cannot be fooled. For us cannot be fooled. So, that's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And now may I also request the last speaker of the opposition side.
Good morning. I am here in front of you to summarize the reports of the opposing side. So for us, we are more, the statistics and probability is more applicable than the general mathematics to the senior high school students. So because of every basic thing we use in life, it consists of history. That means statistics. Without statistics and probability, we won't know what happened, what would work and what wouldn't work. It helps us to find the balance and structure. Statistics are used in mathematical equations that are used to analyze what is happening in the world around us. We've heard that today we live in the informational age where we understand a great deal about the world around us. Much of this information was determined mathematically by using statistics and probability. When used correctly, statistics and probability tells us any trends in what happened in the past and can be useful in predicting what may happen in the future. Statistics and probability plays a vital role in human activity. Example for that is that population growth, rate, and housing, and etc. The application of statistics and probability is wide to us, the senior high school students. Statistics and probability is not only in accounting but also in banking, state management, and others. Statistics and probability is also used in collection, analysis, prediction. Statistics and probability is used in checking the quality of the project. supply and demand, import and export. Bunker also uses statistics and probability. It is used in local and general and predicting the weather. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, speakers. So now you may now release the tension and pressure in your bodies right now for our debate this morning is already done, and I hope the judges can judge the best speakers and the best winner for this debate. But before that, let me first request some selected as senior high school students to give some reflections about this affair. May I request Queen Faith Wahing to be first to give the reflection here at the podium. To be followed by Miss Masisay, Yusalina, Jomari, and Flores.
Thank you. Good morning, teachers and everyone. After hearing the both sides, the proposition and opposition, I'm on the side of opposition, which is statistics. Because statistics is an emerging discipline that has rapidly adapted to current challenges. In today's era of big data, where the computer and the network are everywhere and everything can be measured using the statistics to make that data useful. That's all.
Thank you, Ms. Wahing. And now Ms. Masisa will give her reflections about this debate.
Mathematics expresses itself everywhere in almost every aspect of our life, no matter in which field or position you belong to. And general mathematics in daily life is very useful in financial management, like spending, investing, and saving. The modern world is money-driven and therefore demands knowledge in mathematics to help various calculations.
Okay, thank you. And now may I request Gerson to give his reflection, to be followed by Jomari and Ms. Flores.
Good morning. After the debate, I learned that general mathematics is more applicable than statistics because as a senior high school student, small senior high school students, we use math to solve problems and to calculate from different sizes of methods that we got. Thank you.
And Jomari.
So good morning. As I learned and realized that Gen Math or general mathematics is more applicable in our daily lives. And as a senior high school small student, especially to me, we can't dwell the metal if we don't know the right size or measurement that is exactly general math. Thank you.
And last but not the least, Ms. Flores.
Okay, so good morning, everyone. After hearing the both sides of them, each of them gives their different perceptions about general mathematics and statistics and probability. So the debaters delivered well their points, and they stand their part very well and do their best to defend their part. That's all.
It's very important to take note that this is a debate. What we are looking here is that for you to really defend your stance. And then if you are, I believe that you're ready because you have your copies. But of course, while you are reading it, of course, let's just set aside the fact that you feel nervous as well. Okay, that is an excuse. But then, of course, that somehow adds a minus points to, of course, your chance to defend your stand. Okay, so because of that, that's the weak point. But then, of course, I believe that you guys are great. It's just that you just feel nervous. And of course, what we are actually looking here is that from our motion,
that be resolved that Gen Mathematics is more applicable than statistics and probability to senior high school students. I, as one of the judges, I'm looking for here is that you could defend that it's actually the applied one. Okay? So when we say applied one, it's used in our daily lives, but then you have to really stand to it and then mention it because we believe that both can be used. Okay? It's just a good thing that we have heard the word applied mathematics, applied statistics, and probability here in the opposition, so it's a point to them. So that's what the proposition failed to defend. So perhaps we will just find out who will be the winner of this debate, and good luck to all of you guys. But I know that you really prepared and you really gave your best to it. Being a participant here is already a winner. Okay, it's already a great experience. So congratulations to all of you.
Thank you, Ma'am Salalayan, for that inputs. Now, I believe our debates for the next debate will now be improved because of those inputs. And now, let us welcome once again, Ma'am Luella B. Lucena to give some acknowledgement and the awarding of certificates.
Thank you so much. I would like to congratulate each and everyone for the job well done. Palakpakan naman dyan. Looking at it, you are nervous, but you did try to defend your stand. Now, the success of this activity is not only because of the effort of the students, but of course, with the brainstorming made by our judges. A round of applause for them. Now, listening to your ideas, to your reflection and your feedback this morning is a great manifestation how relevant and applicable this general mathematics and statistics and probability. Now, this activity actually is a self-reflection to me as your mathematics teacher to continue to inspire you as our 21st century learners. And of course, the big challenge is that to continue to sustain and integrate varied strategies to every lesson for a more meaningful and relevant learning. So because of that, congratulations once again and God bless.